Sup, players! Welcome back to the mini life story. My name is Tony, and I hope you all have an amazing day. I know I am. And as you can tell by the title of this video, it's going to be a really juicy, really fucked up kind of story. And I want to put a disclaimer in this video: do not try what I talk about in this video. It will get you in huge ass trouble. It's not fucking worth it. You can fuck up your life. It's just don't do it. All right, just don't do it. With that said, I also want to thank you guys so much for your support on this channel, especially on the Cold War montage series. Here's some comments you guys have posted in those series. You guys love that series, so I'm going to keep that series going. And yeah, also hit the subscribe button, bell icon, and like button so you get notified when I release a new video. And comment down below. And see you guys in the video.
Yes, I out of eyes trying to put me on a t-shirt. Shorty want me so bad, do your knees hurt? Yeah, I'm counting paper guap in my beamer.
Hey guys, so yeah, I actually ended up punching a cop, and no, I'm not proud of it, but it happened. So here's the story behind how that happened. So I was having a bad day, and by bad day I mean I take meds for a mood disorder and personality disorders and stuff like that. I've been very open about my mental health issues, but on the bad thing that happened is that I was sick for 7 days prior, where I couldn't keep anything down, let alone my medication helps with that. So I was not able to take those medications that would help me with my mood disorders and stuff like that. So heated conversations and arguments ensued. Um, between me and a family member that I'm not proud of, and it ended up with a cop showing up to try to defuse the situation. And the cop got between me and the person, and the cop grabbed my arm to try to defuse the situation. Now, I was bullied when I was younger and pinned down by my arm, so that triggered PTSD shit, and I swung and punched the cop. Now, I had not realized that I had punched the cop until after I had already swung the thing. It was in handcuffs in the back of the cop car. Excuse me, sorry about that. And they took me down to the station, and it was really odd because I was in the holding cell in my local police department. It's a small town, and they literally let me have my phone and FaceTime and video chat and do all that kind of shit while I was in the holding cell. It was fucking weird. They fingerprinted me, did all that kind of stuff, and then what happened is I talked to the cop. I explained what happened. He was very kind. So instead of getting a felony, since I'm 21, which would have been assault on a police officer, he gave me simple assault, which is a misdemeanor. And then he basically just, which was, he got the bail down to $60, just 60. That's it. And so after I posted bail, I had a couple months before I went to court. I then went to court, and I was extremely nervous on the day in court, like absolutely beyond fucking terrified of what was to come. And so I was sitting there waiting for about, I checked in with the metal detectors, that kind of shit. And then I checked in with the lawyer of the day, spoke to a lawyer. Even though my mom's an attorney, she works more with the family adoptive kind of, foster home kind of stuff, rather than, or family disputes, stuff like that, rather than the criminal side of stuff. So she talked to the lawyer of the day, and she is now, and so we got that all settled down. But before the court opened, I got up, went out, and just kept hitting my vape. Like, I ended up going through. There's a vape called, with a pod system called a VUSE, and the pods, I get 5% menthol, and I get 4 pack, and that's about $30 where I get them. And I went through, like, I think it was like, I went through like 2 packs of pods a day. I went through 8 fucking pods that day. Because I was so goddamn fucking nervous and so fucking terrified of what I could be charged with. If I was found guilty, I could spend a couple months in jail. I was fucking terrified, and I didn't even mean to punch the cop. Like, I really didn't. And when I was brought down to the station, I kept the entire ride down to the station, I kept apologizing and, like, bawling my eyes out. Yes, I'm a pussy, okay? I bawled my eyes out in the back of a cop car. I'll fucking admit that full-handedly, alright? Full-heartedly, I'll admit that. I don't fucking care. Alright, I was so fucking apologetic to that cop, and he was so understanding. At the end of the day, we shook hands, and he and I, we've seen each other around town. I've talked to him a couple times around town, and he and I do not have beef. He's still really nice to me. He treated me with kindness and respect. He was one of the best police interactions I've ever had, and I've had some pretty shitty police interactions in my past. So, um, but yeah, I was so nervous what the outcome could be in the courtroom, and so finally, I was about to have a fucking mental breakdown. I was literally about to have a fucking full-blown panic attack in the middle of a goddamn courtroom. And so my mom, who was sitting next to me, like, just gave me my anxiety medication, and she just handed it to me, and I took it. And then she explained to one of the she got the attention of someone in the courtroom, explained the situation. I was up like not even four people later, and then basically what they worked out was is that the charges, what they basically had to prove was that in order for me to be found guilty of it, they had to prove that I intended to do it, like I had full intent to do it, knowing the consequences, which I didn't. Again, I didn't realize I did it because of fucking PTSD issues, which again I am diagnosed with. So anyone that doesn't say that's real can fuck off. PTSD is a real thing, so fuck you. Um, Sorry about that, but yeah. And on top of that, they had to prove that a bunch of other things too, which they could not prove. So the deal was is that the charges will be dismissed as long as I wrote an apology letter, and I wrote, I think it was like a 4-page apology letter to that police officer. Officer Kelly, if you're listening to this, because I know I've showed you my channel before, because I've got comments because from people we have beef in town that were threatening. If you're watching this, thank you, bro. You're one of the best cops in the fucking police force in Lisbon. I really appreciate you. Treated me with kindness, respect, and dignity. And at the end of the day, you shook my hand, and we have no problems with each other. We have no beef, and I really appreciate that. You handled it really, really professionally, especially considering the other police interactions I've had with other officers that have not been so good. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Officer Kelly.
Anyway guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Tony. Remember, don't get anyone pregnant, and if you do, make sure they're hot. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, players.